Hey friends, it's fitness enthusiast Misha here, and today I'm going to tell you about this beast behind me, Specialized S-Workd Tarmac SL8. I've already ridden almost 5,000 kilometers on it, and I have a lot to share. So today I'm going to talk about 4 obvious and not so obvious pros of this bike, and one, my friends, super con. But trust me, it's not the price. So just watch the video and you'll find out everything now. Well, first of all, I should mention that I'm a professional athlete. Yes, I got on a bike not so long ago, literally a couple of years ago, and I just love running and riding. I don't participate in races. I didn't graduate from a sports school in cycling. In general, I am an ordinary athlete who enjoys and delights in the fact that he can pedal with friends and ride 5,000–10,000 kilometers and every year enjoy nature, weather, and travel. I'm reviewing this bike. I have no idea. Let's start with what's behind. Shimano Dura Ace, 52/36 in the front and 11/34 in the back for max range climbing and flats. So let's start with what's behind me. The Shimano Dura Ace system has a 52/36 in the front and an 11/34 in the back, giving you the maximum range for both climbing and flat rides. The new Rapid CLX2 wheels have a width of 50 in the front and 60 in the back, which is great for amazing aerodynamics. The bike has Vittoria Corsa Pro 30mm tires for a pretty comfortable ride. The Specialized Roman saddle is 3D printed. The fully integrated handlebar is 40cm wide with a 110mm stem, also from Roval. The pedals are Asioma Duoshi with a power meter, and the bottle holders are Fidlock magnets, so they look good and are convenient to use. So that's the setup, my friends. This is what I'm riding on. And let's jump right into the first and main pro of why I bought this bike. He is drop dead gorgeous. Well, take a look. When the Tarmac SL8 was released, I hadn't tried the SL7, and its nose reminded me of a beluga whale. However, seeing it at the Specialized boutique in Shanghai in a pearlescent color changed my mind. It looked stunning in real life, not just in pictures. I saw it at the Specialized boutique in Shanghai in this pearlescent color and realized it looks stunning. It combines everything well. It has an aerodynamic profile and a classic touch with thin, elegant rear stays. In my opinion, it combines absolutely everything. It has the aerodynamic profile typical of modern aero-aggressive bikes, and it also has that classic touch thanks to the thin, elegant rear stays. Overall, the bike looks absolutely stunning, in my opinion. Not too futuristic, not too classic. Exactly how a modern, incredibly cool bike should look. And the color, this color is worth it, my friends. All the money in the world. Well, or almost all of them. Overall, the color is absolutely stunning. Well, and of course, on the street, when you ride it, when you take pictures on it, we are amateurs, friends, we are not professionals. For us, the look and Instagram photos are just as important as any sports achievements, or maybe, well, definitely for me, even more so. So, friends, if you want to be the star of any coffee ride, this bike is definitely for you. Well, at least everyone will remember you as the slowest guy on a really expensive bike. The second plus, my friends, is ride quality. I don't know how else to describe it, but I've ridden this bike in the desert, in the mountains, in the heat, in the dust, and even in pouring rain. And it performs amazingly in any conditions. It's responsive, it's aerodynamic. No matter if you're climbing a 15-degree incline, every move you make is instantly transferred, and you can really feel how that effort turns into motion. Or if you're sitting in a fast group with friends, where you're cruising at 45 km/h, the aerodynamics are just insane. You save a huge amount of watts, and you can ride much more freely, even the pros. True, but only on their wheel, of course. But overall, the feeling that any even microscopic movement of yours is instantly picked up by the bike and immediately translated into motion, into power, into speed. It's just something else, and it doesn't matter where you are. The bike feels amazing. Handling is sharp, yet stable. Unlike other aero bikes, like the Cannondale Aero, it doesn't shake with slight handlebar movements. The handling is sharp and precise, but at the same time, it's not jittery. So there's no feeling like on other aero bikes, for example, on the Cannondale Aero, where any tiny movement of the handlebars immediately starts this shaking in the bike. Overall, the bike is amazing. Whether going uphill, downhill, or on fast descents at 70, 80 km/h, overall the bike is amazing. Both uphill and downhill and on fast descents at 70, 80 km/h. Incredible stability. It's really something else. I understand that a big part of this is also thanks to the wheels. The wheels, to be honest, are also really cool. But overall, believe me, this crazy feeling of stiffness combined with the lightness of the bike, it's just over 7 kilograms with everything on it. Pedals, bottle holders, bottles, and the saddle. It's that feeling that the slightest effort, the tiniest push on the pedal, just sends you forward, accelerates you. Oh friends, not many bike manufacturers can offer this level of ride quality. And if you compare this to cars, probably the best analogy is a Porsche 911. If you've ever driven a Porsche 911, you know what top-notch driving feels like. When the car is well balanced, precise, and responds to the gas pedal instantly. And at the same time, it's not too harsh, it's not too stiff, it doesn't try to beat you up. So this, my friends, is the Porsche 911. Point number 3, my friends, and you might be surprised, but it's the price. Yes, I'm saying that the price is an advantage, and you might ask how. Well, it's clear that you can find the bike on sale, but generally it costs between 10,000 to 15,000 euros, depending on the region where you buy it. In Asia, it can be a little cheaper. In Europe, if tax-free, you can also find some options, a little cheaper. All in all, it is realistic to buy this bike for a little more than 10,000 euros. And this is, of course, crazy money. For that kind of money, you could get a lot of things. You could buy 5 bikes or even 10. Yeah, I know some skilled folks. But let's just break down what you get for that money. For that kind of money, you get one of the lightest and stiffest frames on the market. It's just a masterpiece of engineering. This is what the company Specialized has invested decades of work from their engineers into. It's just amazing. Secondly, you get a top-of-the-line group set. Still, no matter what you say, the ride quality that Dura Ace or SRAM Red provides is on a whole different level. It is clear that now group sets in general have improved, and 105 even gives a great feeling from riding, but this speed of switching, this smoothness of switching, the rigidity and speed of gears at speed, the ergonomics of the handles, all this, of course, is completely worth it. And the wheels, friends, these are some of the best wheels on the market. If you look at reviews, any European or American reviews, you'll clearly know, and I can confirm this. I've ridden on different wheels. These wheels are fantastic. Despite being quite deep, 50 in the front and 60 in the back, they are still very stable during gusts of wind, side winds. Even though they're quite deep, 50 in the front and 60 in the back, they're still very stable during gusts of wind, side winds. And I felt that when I was riding along the sea in Turkey, where there was a crazy strong side wind. And at the same time, despite the fact that they are rigid and transmit maximum force, it is very easy and quick to accelerate on them. And at the same time, they are quite comfortable. In general, fantastic. Well, in general, for this money, you get a top, elite, amazing bike, which, well, better than which, to be honest, probably only some super companies, for example, Calnago or Pinarella. But similar bikes from these companies cost 20–30% more. Guys, while I was editing the video, I realized that I really need to make a separate video on comparing the prices of top bikes, the latest bike models, and break down exactly how much they cost, what equipment they have, and what the value of all that is. So subscribe to the channel, don't miss that breakdown. It will be coming out really soon. Plus number 4, paradoxically, my friends, is the main advantage. And this is the biggest shock for me: comfort. This bike, despite its aggressive nature, very rigid frame, amazingly immediate transfer of force from the pedals, it is amazingly comfortable. I rode it for 200 kilometers, spent 8 hours in the saddle, went on long group rides, and I didn't get tired. It absorbs bumps and imperfections, making it comfortable throughout. That's the biggest shock compared to the previous SL7 tarmac. On cobblestones and uneven asphalt, the SL8 is way more comfortable, at least in my experience. Honestly, the biggest shock for me compared to the SL7 tarmac is the SL8's comfort on cobblestones and uneven asphalt. It's softer and smoother, absorbing road roughness I felt on the SL7. Compared to other bikes like Pinarello or Canyon, it's night and day. When riding slowly, not racing the wind, just cruising with friends on a coffee ride, this bike feels like an endurance road bike, like a Roubaix from Specialized. Yeah, and if you compare it, my friends, to other bikes like a Pinarello or a Canyon, it's just night and day. It's like when you're riding slowly, not trying to outrun the wind, just cruising along with friends, nice and easy, on a coffee ride, this bike behaves as if it's some kind of, I don't know, endurance road bike, like a Roubaix from Specialized, like a Canyon Endurance, right? It's a calm, steady bike that smooths out the bumps in the road and lets you enjoy the ride itself, rather than just focusing on speed. Canyon Endurance, right? It's a calm, steady bike that smooths out the bumps in the road and lets you enjoy the ride itself, rather than just focusing on speed. Overall, it's an amazing combination. I found it incredible. I've never seen such a combination of comfort and aggressive riding, aggressive performance in any other bike as I do in this one. Overall, I think this bike deserves a solid 10 out of 10 just for the comfort. It's unreal comfort for an aggressive racing machine that, in essence, allows someone like me, who's not a racer, who isn't stretched out, and who doesn't spend 4 or 5 hours on the bike every day, really enjoy owning a true sports racing beast. It is precisely this comfort that they created in this model. And you can make that comfort greater. Some have fit 33, 34 tires, making it suitable for ultra distances. But there are some skilled folks who have managed to fit 33, 34 tires on it, and I think that turns it into, for not a gravel bike, at least a bike that you can ride ultra distances on absolutely comfortably. Overall comfort is the biggest plus for me. Well, now let's move on to the most interesting part, the downside, my friends. And as I said, the price isn't really a downside because I see it as a plus. The main disadvantage of this bike is that it is a provocateur. So the main problem, my friends, is with the brakes. Its biggest flaw is that it constantly provokes you. You just can't ride it calmly because the bike is so responsive. It's like it keeps saying, Mishanya, Mishanya, let's go faster, Mishanya. Let's push it. Zone 2 for the strong ones. Mishanya, come on, Mishanya. Sprint, attack, Mishanya. That's what this bike does, really. It's dangerous elite. To ride in Zone 2, you either need to be mentally tough, really tough, or you should just buy another bike. It's even sitting here, and I want to finish this video quickly so I can jump on the bike and take off. I want to push the pedals. I want to achieve maximum results. I want to constantly provoke myself, pushing myself to the limit, testing what I can do on this bike. This bike squeezes every bit of juice out of you because it gives you the chance to really show what you're made of. It's even sitting here, and I want to finish this video quickly so I can jump on the bike and take off. I want to push the pedals. I want to achieve maximum results. I want to constantly provoke myself, pushing myself to the limit, testing what I can do on this bike. This is a bike that squeezes every bit of juice out of you because it gives you the chance to really express yourself. And this bike, even though it's comfortable, you really can't ride it slowly. We all know that if you want to achieve success on the bike, about 80% of your total workload should be in a calm zone 2 at a low heart rate. On this bike, you need some superhuman patience and willpower to keep yourself in zone 2. And to be honest, I think that's the main downside. I'm not kidding. It's like, this isn't just flirting with you, my friends. It's really true. I'm already thinking about getting something a bit calmer for most of my training, something more cushy, where every effort doesn't translate directly into speed, so I can do my long rides of 3 to 4 hours without turning it into a race. Yeah, don't turn it into intervals. Don't turn it into an attack. Kills or couriers on bikes, on Yandex electric bikes. So that's my review, guys. Review or not a review? Share your comments on what you think. Is it interesting to continue in this format? I have big plans. I'm going to take different bikes for a test ride, like the new Pinarello, Colnago, and everything else that comes out. The new Madone track, for example, I want to try that soon too. I just got some new wheels. I want to try the new Madone track soon too. I got some new wheels. This is the Princeton Peak Evolution 45. My friends just gave them to me. Wow. I'm looking forward to putting them on, testing them out, and comparing. Subscribe to the channel. There will be a lot of cool cycling or even running content. So write your comments. What questions do you have? I'll be answering them. So wishing everyone well, stay active, and let's keep in touch.